Hey guys, how you doing? Look at my new game. This is Valheim. This game is a pleasant surprise. After the less than stellar year that was 2020, 2021 is really getting off to a good start. Just TLDR, I love this game. This game is fantastic. What is Valheim? Valheim is a Viking survival sim. It's not really an RPG. It has some RPG mechanics, but there's no story here. It's just you against the environment and against the mobs. There are lots of different mobs. There's combat. You can see I'm armed. Um, I've got some iron armor. You don't really have a paper doll, and so this is an early access game. So it's not finished, and I'm here to tell you, even in its air quotes unfinished state, this is a better game than every game I've played in a very long time. Probably going back to Witcher 3. Okay? Um, it is, so you need food to keep yourself alive. You need gear to defend yourself. The elements will challenge you a little bit. It's not like the Long Dark, where the environment can really wipe you out. But the environment is not inconsequential. Um, you have to hunt. You need to, early on, you gather. You pick berries and mushrooms and whatnot to feed yourself. And then eventually, you'll transition to farming and to beekeeping. And you'll use these things. You use the honey to make mead. And here's all the different meads that I've crafted. Healing, stamina, poison resistance, and where'd my frost resistance potion go? That's weird. Huh, wonder if I stuck it somewhere. I have a bad habit of doing that. It's a builder. There's a very robust building system. It was a little clunky for me at first. I don't have any wood on me, so but you can see all these different things you build, and they snap in place. It works well enough. Sometimes there's some snapping problems. You can get around it with the shift key. You can see, like, I can come in here and add a palisade, and it snaps pretty good. Or you can hold the shift key and you can pay. You see it stops it from snapping, and so you can do stuff like that. And if you don't like it, nice thing is if you break it down, you get all your resources back. So it's very forgiving. So I've built all these structures. I'm not bragging. This is Fire Spark's longhouse design. He has a really good Valheim channel, and I just watched his video and I modified it a little bit, and so you have this is a kiln for turning wood into charcoal, which it ought to be. It's not charcoal. It's, well, no, coal. It should be charcoal. So that's a bit of a misnomer. Only like Kingsford charcoal has any actual coal in it. The ancient way of making charcoal was to slow burn wood and turn it into this blackened compressed form of fuel, but it's still wood. It's carbonized wood, whereas like Kingsford is carbonized wood with some coal mixed into it, and then the whole thing's chemically pressed into those briquette shapes. Um, coffee. Very. What they've done with the crafting is, you'll notice I'm resting, and I get a rested bonus. That rested bonus is very, very important. You come here and you look. Plus 50% health regen, 100% stamina. Really important. And you'll see resting, plus 200, plus 300. Um, and so they've tied the building system into your character performance. And so you want to get, you see my comfort level. You'll start with a comfort level of 1, and you'll gradually add beds and chairs and decorations, and all of these things buff up your resting level. Being wet and cold is bad. So if I come away from my fire, well, okay, I gotta take off my wolf cloak here, and then I'll be cold. Okay, and then you come here and look, and cold lowers your regen. So we'll put our wolf cloak back on, and we'll be nice and toasty. Okay, so really cool system. The way they work in the crafting. Now you saw that lag. It's kind of frustrating. There's a pretty bad save lag, and I have one of the fastest M.2 NVMe SSD drives on the market. I have the Samsung Evo Plus 1 terabyte. It's super fast, and yes, this game is installed on my C drive, which is my Samsung M.2 drive, and I get really bad lag for saves. I think it has something to do with, you can see this is the world. It's absolutely huge. But I think it has to do with I've kind of overbuilt a little bit. I build out these outposts. This map is really cool. You can place markers and remove them quite easily. It's an excellent system, and you can label them at the time of creation. And so what I've done is I've labeled my all my various hunting lodges with the name of the portal that leads to it. I've seen some folks talk about different ways to use the portals. I don't like what some of them do. What they'll do is they'll just make one portal here in their main base, and then they'll change its name. That's problematic because, well, it's just, I don't like it. If you set this to a distant portal and travel to it, okay, and then as sometimes happens, you travel a pretty good distance on foot, and you don't realize how far you've gotten, and you hit your next base, and now you can't come home because the distant portal doesn't have your home base. I just prefer to build portals. The excuse me, I got a bad head cold. My little portal nexus is getting out of control. I need to tear it down, and this will be my third redesign of my portal nexus, and I think I'll have to do it in stone. Stone gives you a little bit extra span distance and than wood, and so not really sure what I'm gonna do there. This is my old house. This is the original house here. I turned it into my meadery. It's an excellent game, and it's $20, guys. $20 for this game. Oh, let me show you food. So, the food system, you have 3 food slots, and you'll learn through trial and error and experimentation what fits and what doesn't. You basically need, it's not always this simple, but you need a meat, a vegetable, and then something else. So here's my veg. But you can stack this is turnip stew. And these are 3 of the best foods in the game. This here is really good too, the Queen's Jam. Queen's Jam for health and carrot soup for stamina. You can see how each one has a health buff and a stamina buff. And so that predicates how big your health pool is and how big your stamina pool is for fighting and doing running and jumping and stuff. And this is what I've gone with so far. And so you have to go out and hunt and collect. There's lots of different recipes for the various foods. And here, here's carrot soup. You see mushrooms and carrots. Here's the sausages. So you got to collect this stuff. And what's cool, and I applaud them for this, like berries, that's back in the starter area. So you've got to go back to the meadows and forage around for berries if you want to stay in Queen's Jam. Sausages uses a lot of thistle. This is in the Black Forest, which is the second biome, but entrails drop off Draugr, which is in the third biome. So they have this really good system that forces you or encourages you to return to these previous locations and reuse them, and it doesn't feel forced. It feels natural, and I just applaud their game design. And this raw meat, one of the best sources of raw meat is deer. So you're going to be hunting deer the whole game. And here's the different meads, and you see these blueberries. The honey comes from the bees, so you need a lot of honey. And look at this, necktails. That's the starter area. So to get poison resistance, you need to go back and hunt necks. Brilliant, just brilliant. Now the blood bag, that comes from the swamp, and so on and so on. Oh, my base is under attack. What's this? Okay, I'll show you combat, if this guy survives. He didn't. Okay, so combat is basically blocking, and that's a perfect block. So you got to get your timing down. And when you do that, you get bonus damage. So watch. So I didn't hit that hard. But if I'd perfect blocked him, it would have been 120 to 150. So I'll show you some of these gray dwarfs over here. Let's get a few of these guys incoming. They're going to throw... Oh, this is a lot of them. Good. So here, I'll just hit him. Okay, so here we'll do a roll. Oh, I missed my block. Let me see here. I missed my block. You guys need to stop. Oh, man. I meant to show you a perfect parry, and I screwed it up. Here's some. Okay. So we hit for about 60. But you really want to land those blocks. Parries. They're not really blocks. So let's get them in here. Messed it up. There we go. I hit the wrong one. There we go. Let's see how hard we hit him. See, 106. And it also uses less stamina. And so you have this excellent combat system. And when I say excellent, I don't mean that it's super realistic or that it's hard to learn, or you've got your dodge rolls, and while you're rolling, you're immune to damage. Okay? Which is really cool. So you get your dodge rolls, your blocks. You can parry with weapons, but it's not as effective. It's better to parry with a shield, and I really applaud this game for giving sword and board, or one-hander and shield, its place of respect and effectiveness, because this was, in every era when they used melee weapons, this was one of the best fighting styles. If you go back to ancient Rome and look at what some of the best gladiators used, what was their signature style, it was the Latin term for sword and board. Historically, this is a great system, a great way of fighting. And what I like is the defensive system is straightforward. So you look here, and this iron scale mill gives me an armor factor of 20. That means it absorbs 20 points of damage. That's it. That's all you got to figure up. And then here it adds it all up. So that's how much damage the mob has to get past before it's going to do any real damage to me. There's a little bit of bleed, which I don't fully understand. I'll go over here and show you some little mobs. They will slightly bleed through for like 0.2 damage or 1 damage or something just amazingly inconsequential. Okay, where's the necks? There's always necks over here. And they're making a liar out of me. You son of a bitch. Goddamn game. Here we go, there's the necks. Okay, so we'll let a neck hit us. This is a super low level mob. So 0.1, doesn't matter. We'll try to get a perfect block here. There we go. And I missed. These things are really... So I only hit him for 58. Let me see if I can get it. No, didn't get it. Try again. Come here. There we go. And 126. So it's a really good idea to learn how to block, when to block, get your timing down. It saves stamina, and it increases your damage output, which will make your weapon last longer. Weapons do have durability ratings. Okay, and they do wear out. You got to go repair them. So the next cool thing in this game is the sailing. I was surprised at how sophisticated the sailing model is. You see this new symbol on the right? Okay, the white puff, that's the wind direction. And then the gray arc at the top, that's your doldrums, your dead zone. If the wind is in that section, you won't get any movement speed. You won't get any velocity. You'll just sit there. And when I first built a raft and I jumped on it and the damn thing wouldn't move, I was like, what am I doing wrong? And then I saw the markings on it, and it just blew my mind. I was like, oh wow, you actually have to sail. I was shocked. I really was. See that lag there? That's one of the bad things. It's, for reasons I don't fully understand, it's laggy. There's archery, and the archery works very well. The early crude bow is a bit of a challenge. It certainly lives up to its name. It really is crude. If I can find a troll. Trolls are fun to fight. Now here's a deer. Well, and I mean, it's just what am I shooting? Oh, I don't want to be using bronze head arrows on deer. That's not a good idea. Some people have called archery OP. I don't think it's OP. I messed it up again. And my sword's good enough that I can one-shot those gray dwarves. You do need to you chop wood, and you will eventually start mining. And so you just come in here and wacky, wacky, wacky. Now, what's funny is the physics model in this game. I honestly can't. I'm not an expert, but watch this tree fall. If this thing hits you when you're low level, it will kill you. And they pop out and they bounce around like that, and they will bump into you and damage you. Now, what's nice is my armor's so good, most tree hits don't damage me anymore. And so you gotta break this up into its parts, and then pick up the wood, and then yay, more wood. And see, there's some shrooms. There's some shrooms. You will do mining. I don't think I see any tin. Mining's very important. You need to learn how to do that system. Different things get mined in different ways, and that's part of the fun. You just come on up here with your pickaxe and blinky, 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 and you got some stone. It works. It works really well. It's such an excellent game. Good combat, good crafting, fun survival system. Not the most sophisticated survival system I've ever, like the Long Dark. That was a serious survival sim. And that game is impressive in its own right, but I just think this is more. Oh, this game has dungeons, so this is a dungeon I've already cleared. There's just so much to do, and I'm constantly impressed with the amount of content that this small development team has cranked out. And you'll notice on Steam this game is overwhelmingly positive. Some people have even posited that it's these conspiracy theories that it can't be that good, and they're this blah 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 conspiracy theory. No, this game is that good. This game is excellent, guys. This is the first early access game I've reviewed, and it's the best. This is the best early access game I've ever played. And I haven't played them all. I'm not. I don't have the resources to play every single early access game that comes out, and even I don't have that kind of time. This isn't a full-time job for me. But damn, this is a good game. I compare this to other games of this style, like Subnautica, which is an excellent game. I'm not going to take anything away from Subnautica. Great game, and it gets rave reviews, and it deserves them. But Subnautica kind of got on my nerves at times because there's no combat, and I understand why there's very little combat. You get a diving knife that you really can't do much with. Um, it annoys me. It just annoys me that I can't fight back, you know. And in this game, fighting back is the game. The gameplay loop is basically, you know, you start in the Stone Age and you want to get, you know, food and shelter and weapons to defend yourself, and then you work through the Stone Age to get to the Bronze Age, and then, but to get out of the Stone Age, you need to fight fight a boss, and then that's your loop. So you work through the survival and the crafting. I mean the collecting, and to get into the crafting of those materials at that level, to make the gear you need, and you move up to the next level. And there's a series of, right now there's 5 bosses. It's in early access. It's not finished, and the developers have said quite clearly that there's a PC Gamer article, and they're going for 9 bosses. So they think the game is 75% done in terms of systems. Excuse me. It's a skill up through use system. So here's your unarmed, your clubs. The little bar on the bottom is your progress, and then this is your level. And so you can see I got some work to do on blocking. I like swords, so that's one of my highest skill. The funny thing is, pickaxes is my highest skill because I do so much digging. And it's a good system. It's not, you know, it's not super complicated and to have a lot of depth. I don't care. It's fun. It's a lot of fun. But the devs have stated the game is 75% done in terms of systems. So the skill system and the crafting and all that stuff, the gathering, and it's half done in terms of content. So there's currently 5 biomes, 5 bosses. I don't know why this is degrading. It's covered. I'll have to do some research on that. Maybe I need to put some eaves on that or something. So yeah, there's a lot more content to come this year. Excellent game, guys. This is a 9. I love this game. If you like, for example, if you enjoyed Fallout 4 and you liked building settlements and you liked, you know, getting, especially like Skyrim, where Skyrim is very crafting heavy. And so if you enjoyed the base building from Fallout 4, and if you enjoyed the crafting in Skyrim, especially if you like going out and hunting, this is a must buy for you. It's you at $20, guys. This is one of the greatest values in recent gaming history. I can't even think of a game that gives you so much to do. That's fun. It's fun. Okay, I know it could be grindy, but it doesn't feel grindy to me. It's so much fun to go out on. The exploration is absolutely fantastic. You know, look at the size of this world, and I've barely scratched it with the sailing and the portals and building new settlements and expanding your knowledge of the world as you go out and poke your nose into new and interesting places. It's just fantastic, you know. And you can see this trench and this plateau. Yeah, I shaped all this with my pickaxe and with my hoe. Yeah, so I reformed this area into a shape that oh, here we go. This will be fun. This is a troll attack. Let me see here. Yeah, we're good. Alright. We're gonna go ahead and fight these boys. I didn't do that right. I didn't do that right. I gotta get my blocks in. Where's the next one? I don't really need this stuff, but... Where's the next one? There's multiple trolls, usually. I don't think my base is getting hit. Oh, there he is. Okay, let's work on... Let's work on our blocks here. Oh, I didn't do that right. Man. No, you can't block that one. Dang it. I'm really rusty here. There we go. Okay. I need to wake up. I'm really screwing this up. Showing my ass this morning. And I'm recording it, so, of course. Yeah. I can't block that. God damn. There we go. Ooh. My new sword hits hard. Now, early on, those trolls will scare the shit out of you when you're walking around in leather armor with a flint axe. Yeah. So yeah, little things like that. Those events, your base gets attacked. See, like I think back to a game like H1Z1, which I enjoyed, but there was no threat. The zombies were far too dispersed, and they just weren't really a threat. In this game, when I first built this base, I hadn't learned how to make a trench yet, and I had a troll come in and knock the whole damn thing down, and it really set me back. And there's lots of things to learn, lots of little nuances and subtleties, like your garden has to be protected. I may make a gardening video. I don't think I've seen a lot of gardening videos. This is growing these plants is key to your success, because you are what you eat. Literally, your health and your stamina is predicated on what food, and then how effective you are in combat is predicated on how well you've constructed your home. What's your resting bonus? It's the same bonus, but it lasts longer and longer as you get your comfort level up. It's absolutely brilliant the way they have taken these normal RPG elements of better stamina regen, better health regen, more health, more stamina, and they've moved them from feats and skills, and they've moved them to food and structures. It's brilliant. I mean, if another game came up with it that I'm ignorant of, sorry. I like I said, I haven't played every game. This is the first time I've seen this kind of stuff, and I don't know everything there is to know about gaming. But as far as I'm concerned, this is just, I mean, for $20, guys, it's mind-boggling the value that's here. I mean, I can't say it enough times. Run, don't walk, and buy this game. It is absolutely fantastic at $20. I don't understand how anybody who digs this style of gameplay would pass on this. I think it's a huge mistake not to flop down $20 for this fantastic piece of software. So yeah, I'm playing the hell out of it. I've got I know I'm over 100 hours. I think I'm at like 105 or 110 or something. If I had any criticisms of this game, it would be it gets a little laggy. It seems to respond to how much you've built. I've got a multiplayer world and character where I don't experience this lag, and I use it to play with a buddy. Whereas I lag pretty hard in this game from time to time. So I think there's something going on there. Sometimes the building snaps can be a royal pain in the ass. You need to place to place these capstone pieces can be a pain in the butt. You build scaffolding. That's the workaround. You make things like these stairs, and you just build stairs up the side of the structure you're working on to get to the places where it won't naturally snap. It's frustrating. It's not perfect, but damn, man, for $20. And yeah, the graphics are bad. I mean, these textures look like shit. It looks like Minecraft. But Minecraft is a great game. Millions of people play Minecraft. Graphics are not the most important thing. Gameplay is. Features are. Stability. Low bug count. It's fun. It's just flat out fun. I can't recommend this game highly enough. It's so good. It's so impressive what this small team of developers have produced. I really think they deserve our support. Please consider, when someone makes something good, they deserve to succeed, And if we don't support the good games, we won't get good games. This game really deserves your support. It's so excellent. And let me tell you something. I've played I've got about 4 hours of co-op so far, and it's perfect as far as I can tell. It's absolutely perfect. No lag, no problems, absolutely masterful execution. Thoroughly impressed with this development team's ability to produce a very satisfying. Now, Mac over at Worth a Buy, he has a lot more time in the co-op, and he and his friends and some people from his community have been playing in a dedicated server, and they've had problems. So there's something going on with the dedicated server with respect to how peer-to-peer networks communicate, because evidently it's not completely a dedicated server, evidently, and so there is some peer-to-peer work going on between the clients. I don't know how common that is. I'm not a software engineer. I just have a little bit of coding experience, and what small amount of code I wrote was garbage. It's not what I'm good at. So the dedicated server, I've heard there's problems. I don't know there's problems because I've never used it. I don't have an extra rig to act as a dedicated server, and I'm not about to rent one. So anyway, absolutely fantastic game, guys. 9 out of 10. Highly recommend it. This game is Game of the Year contender right now already. 2021 is looking up, and you compare this to Cyberpunk and to Assassin's Creed Valhalla. It's a better game. It's just it pains me to say that, but it's a better game. I love this game. It is so much fun. There are so few flaws. See that cart? The cart's garbage. So yeah, that's a negative. I said the building system's a little wonky. You have to flop down a workbench, and you see, so you can't just start building. You have to place the workbench and get things going, and then tear the workbench down and rebuild it. Now again, it costs 10 wood. You get your 10 wood back right away. Great feature. That's a fantastic quality of life feature for gamers. So it's a little wonky. Getting the ground level can be frustrating. It takes some fiddling and some experimentation, but it can be done. But yeah, 9 out of 10. Great game. Like I said, Game of the Year contender already. 2021, you're looking bright. Things are improving. I won't get into the politics and current events and stuff of the year. We'll just focus on gaming. But in terms of gaming, 2021 is looking very bright. So let me know down in the comments what you think. like, subscribe, share. I appreciate you watching. I'll see you next time.